Good evening. We're now ready to start our City of Aiken Planning Commission meeting for tonight. And before the meeting starts, I would ask that anyone in the audience, as well as the commissioners, if you have your cell phones, to place them on silence. As a reminder, I need to check mine myself. But as we proceed, I would like to go over the guidelines for the public comments for the City of Aiken Planning Commission meetings. Meetings are public forums in which many opinions are expressed and the business of the city must be conducted. As such, discipline, honorable, and professional decorum is paramount. Courtesy and respectful communication is required. During public comments periods of the meeting, all questions and statements from the public shall be directed to the chairman. If you wish to speak, raise your hand and the chairman will recognize you. Please approach the podium and state your name and address. In order to follow an opportunity for everyone who wishes to address the commission, speakers should limit their comments to the agenda items or applications being discussed. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to address an issue and may only address an issue once unless questions from the commissions are posted to the speaker. As far as our regular meeting tonight, we'll have approval of the minutes for the work session and the regular meeting minutes for November the 13th.
I move to accept as written, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been moved and second for the approval of the minutes of the work session and regular meeting for November the 13th. All in favor, let me know by raising your hand.
And I'm going to abstain since I wasn't at the meeting.
The approval of the members was accepted with 1 abstain. There are no old business. The next item on the agenda is the new business. Application number 25-20011, annexation residential single family to RS 15 residential single family, tax parcel number 106-07-16-018 by Jansen, Overton. Are there anyone here to speak in favor of this application? Anyone here to speak against this application? Then back to the commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, in regards to application 25-20011, annexation request, tax parcel number 106-07-16-018, current zoning RC, proposed zoning RS 15. I make a motion that we move to City Council for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that application number 25-20001 be moved, that we send it to City Council for approval. All in favor of the so said motion, raise hand. Anyone abstain? Motion carried that we carry this application to City Council. Application number 25-20012, annexation request, residential family to RS 10, residential single family. Location 2 Notch Road, owner Dawn Marie Haines. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Yes, come to the podium, please.
State your name and address.
Dawn Marie Haines, 1766 2 Notch Road, Southeast, Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay.
29803.
Understand. So you would like to tell us something about the application? You would speak on the application on your behalf?
Yes, I'm just asking for permission to be annexed into the city. I'm currently, I believe, the second to the last person on the street that is still considered county, but I am currently on city water. So I would like to be annexed into the city.
Any questions from the commissioners?
We appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Are there anyone here that would like to speak against this application? Are there any comments? Then back to the commissioners.
Mr. Commissioner, with regards to application 25-20012, annexation request, tax parcel number 12209020015, current zoning, residential single-family conservation, proposed city zoning, RS10, residential single-family. I recommend that we move forward for approval with the city of Aiken.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we send this application to city council for approval. Are we ready for the vote? All in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand. Vote is unanimous. We send this application to city council. Item C, application number 25-60002, rezone from PI Plan Institutional to LP Limited Professional. PO tax parcel number 120-14-17-01 on Teague Street. Are there anyone here to speak in favor of this application? Come forth.
Hello, I'm Jane McDonough. I represent SPH Rentals, and my address is 350 Coleman Bridge Road, 29805. I would like to rezone this property to limited professional so that it can be returned to its use as either an office or a residence. It has been used that way for the last several years, but it was rezoned to planned institutional just because it was combined with the parcel for rural health for the Clyburn Center, no longer part of that development. So I would just like to return it to the use that it already was.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the commissioners? Is there anyone here that would like to speak against this application? Are there any comments? Then back to the commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, concerning application number 25-60002, a rezone request, tax parcel 120-14-17-001. I say we pass this on to City Council for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we pass this application along to city council for approval. Are there any questions? All in favor of the so said motion, let it be known by raising your hand. Vote is unanimous. It's been approved to send this application to city council. Moving along to the next agenda item. Application D and E will combine together. Is application number 25-6001 rezone and number 25-23002 concept plan. Tax parcel number 122-17-04-004. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this application?
Yes, my name is David Banks. I represent the owner, well, the applicant for this project, not the owner of the property because they haven't purchased it yet. We are obviously proposing to redevelop this property. This is an existing Checkers that is not in business at this time. And as you see, we are requesting a rear setback variance because of the rezoning requirement. Currently, I'm not exactly sure what the setback is under the current zoning, but I believe this would probably comply with that since the city is requesting us to rezone the property. We would, do request that variance. And there have been some comments about traffic. The corporate office for the Seven Brew has responded to those comments. I did want to point out that one of the questions about the queuing and backing cars out and others, we did do a review of a similar 7 brew in Augusta, which is, I'm sorry, I'm 244 Waterville Road in Augusta. It's basically the same site plan, and they came up and told us that there was 14 car stacking, which is what we actually found in a similar store on Washington Road, which is very similar to Whiskey Road. We would, request that y'all, pass this along to City Council for approval, and I'll answer any questions y'all may have.
Just a quick point. There was a little bit of concern about just the 20% open space, given the relative small size of the lot. So just want to make sure that you guys are aware that we do require 20% open space, and just want to make sure that you're confident that you can actually fit that in.
I didn't look at that, to be honest with you. So I will have to review that, and hopefully we can do that through the plan review process.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it looks like it will make it, but I can't tell you for certain until I do those calculations.
I'd just be remiss if I didn't bring it up.
I understand. I was in the pre-meeting, so, yes. That is correct. We have no walk-up traffic. We have no, yeah.
Parking space to get more green space, it may be worth it.
Yeah, and that is a question I have. They've told me in the past that they need 4 spaces, and I'm not a 7 brew corporate or anything, but they need 4 spaces. They have 4 employees typically.
Okay.
But there is a shift over, there's a shift coming in, shift coming out. So I don't know how that works, but yeah, because the original concept to me was 4 spaces, and I was like, if you got 4 spaces and one of them is not handicapped, how do you do that?
Right.
So,
And with the turnover.
yeah, so that's why I
They need the
pushed
5.
them to 5 spaces for that reason.
Okay.
But,
Any other commissioners have any concerns? I have just one question, Mr. Banks.
Yes.
Have you all had a chance to look at the possible conditions, and are you all in agreement with them? It's 10 possible conditions. That's on
The 10 possible
conditions on
Oh.
the application's 10
Yeah, I
possible
have
conditions.
looked at them, but I didn't see anything that really stood out. So,
And we are granting you the waiver and the
yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize for having to look at this again, but
That's okay.
I read it, I think Friday when I got it, and I didn't see anything that really stood out, and neither did my client.
I think the waiver was the only thing that was actually different. Everything else is standard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes. and-
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Banks.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak against this application? If there's no other comments, then it's back to the commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, in regard to application 25-60001 and application number 25-23002, rezoning and concept plan for tax partial 122-17-04-004, current zoning GB, proposed zoning PC, I make a motion that we move to City Council for approval.
Second.
It's been moved in second that we take this application to City Council for approval. Are there any questions or concerns? And we're ready for the vote. All in favor of the so said application, let it be known by raising your right hand. Vote is unanimously. Thank you, commissioners, for your expedient concerns tonight, and we got this application process done rather quickly. We are now ready to adjourn. I ask for your vote on, a motion rather, on adjourning. It's been moved and properly seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All in favor, let it be known by raising your right hand. Meeting adjourned. There you go. We out. 14 minutes for this. Oh, rookie.
Good job.